Now at 10, a candlelit vigil being held for those affected by the recent earthquakes in Turkey and Syria. How locals in Utah are coming together to remember the victims. Plus, remembering a Utah 13-year-old who was hit and killed by a drunk driver. We'll show you a proposed bill that would put more responsibility into the hands of bar owners over their customers. And millions of Americans under weather alerts as a powerful winter storm makes its way across the country. What the storm means for you here in Utah coming up in your most accurate forecast.
Live from Utah's first TV station, ABC4 News celebrates 75 years.
I'm Sarah Murphy. Thanks for joining us for ABC4 News at 10. Tonight, the Utah Turkish American Association invited Utahns to join them at the Capitol building to honor the lives of those lost during the earthquakes earlier this month. ABC4's Annika Johns went to their vigil and joins us live with what leaders of UTAA said about the support their home country has received from Utahns. Annika.
Yeah, that's right, Sarah. After meeting with the Utah Turkish American Association, they told me, my apologies. They came together with those today to show their support for Turkey and Syria and to share a moment of silence and their love for those who are currently suffering losses in the Middle East.
We just wanted to hold this vigil to show them we stand with them, we remember them, and that they matter, and our hearts beat with them.
Over 47,000 people lost their lives after Turkey and Syria were hit with a 7.8 magnitude earthquake. The Utah Turkish American Association invited Utahns to the Capitol to honor those who lost their lives.
We are here today to hold a vigil in the memory of thousands of people, actually above 50,000 people, lives lost, and to stand with the survivors.
A couple dozen people showed their support by laying down flowers and lighting candles. Speakers from UTAA shared their own stories of families still in Turkey and dealing with the aftermath.
As soon as I heard the earthquake, sudden panic. First thing is, immediately my mom, and then my sisters and my brother. Immediately I just called them.
Despite being thousands of miles from their home country, UTAA leaders say that the love and support they've received from those in Utah means a lot.
I feel Turkish, I feel American, that's my homeland. They were so nice, so kind to reach out and to ask how they can help. Any kind of help just means a lot for us. As Turks, miles and miles away from their home, we appreciate Utahns' kindness.
When speaking with UTAA leaders, they told me that right now their plan is to gather funds to help provide daily necessities for those in Turkey and Syria that may need them and to contribute to the rebuilding fund. Reporting live from the Utah State Capitol, Annika Johns, ABC4 News.
Yesterday, House Bill 247 passed its third reading in the Senate. This bill was created after 13-year-old Eli Mitchell was struck and killed by a drunk driver who had just left a bar. This bill will change requirements for bars when it comes to holding records and information. In short, this bill is going to make it easier for law enforcement to prosecute Utah bars and servers who overserve alcohol.
We've always had the camera footage. We've always helped with the cops if they've ever had any issues. We keep a logbook. If anybody's overserved, where we feel like they've been overserved, making sure that they get home properly. And if they refuse to take a taxi or an Uber, we also record that. But majority of people are pretty understanding.
The next step for House Bill 247 is to be signed by Governor Cox. We'll continue to update this bill's status on air and online as it makes its way to the governor's desk. And a man is dead after he collapsed while hiking at Arches National Park. The Grand County Sheriff's Office says the 71-year-old Massachusetts man was in the park on Friday with his wife and son when he fell to the ground and was unresponsive. Emergency responders went to the scene, performed CPR on the man, and later pronounced him dead. Grand County and National Park Service officials are investigating the cause of death. They have not yet released the man's identity. And an Orem salon is facing up to $10,000 in damages after a customer in an SUV crashed through their front door. Orem police officers say on Friday, a woman in an SUV was trying to back up, hit the gas, but accidentally left her vehicle in drive. The woman then drove straight through the Fantastic Sam's salon and injured one man inside. Police say that man only has minor injuries, but the crash damaged the front glass door and half a wall. And a Centerville home is destroyed after catching fire on Friday. Crews say they responded around midnight to 485 South, 3rd East, where the fire had fully taken over the residence. Units from South Davis Metro and Farmington Fire went to the scene. They eventually pulled crews out of the home for safety. One homeowner was treated for smoke inhalation at the scene. The cause of the fire, they say, is still under investigation at this time. We're now checking in on your pinpoint weather forecast with meteorologist Nate Larson. Nate, we've seen all kinds of weather this weekend. What's to come over the next few days?
It was nice today with the sun out this morning, but it's going to go away for a while again, Sarah. We've got more storms lined up for the Beehive State. This is a look outside the studio. The Colonial flag showing, again, pretty quiet conditions, calm winds for the most part. Clouds, though, have been streaming up from the southwest with southwest flow in place ahead of a storm system that's approaching, one from the south and one from the northwest. So temperatures right now, Logan just 17 degrees. We topped out at freezing for the high today. 34 in Ogden. Good evening. 35 in Salt Lake. Provo 40, 49 in St. George right now. Rain showers right at St. George's doorstep. There's a little bit of moisture in the vicinity. So in Washington County, even in Iron County, some rain and snow showers. Rain for the lower elevations. We'll see colder air sweep through with this system, and winter weather advisories have been issued as we're expecting snow across the southwest portion of the state. So lower Washington County not included in this, but it goes through tomorrow noon for a lot of the valley locations, the southern mountains through 5 o'clock on Sunday. 6 to 12 inches expected, 2 to 4 inches for the lower valley locations, and wind gusts over the mountains could be up to 45 miles per hour. As this front sweeps through towards the north and east, it will spread moisture to the Beehive State. We're expecting some light snow showers across the northern mountain areas. I think we'll mainly see clouds by tomorrow morning as you head out the door across the northern valleys. Might see a flurry or two. For the best chance of moisture, though, it will arrive later tomorrow afternoon into the overnight hours as this next system from the northwest arrives, and it should bring a good amount of snow to the mountain areas and some accumulating snow to the valleys just in time for that Monday morning commute. So plan on some slick conditions. About 41 in Salt Lake for the high tomorrow. Breezy winds and snow in the late afternoon evening. About 45 is all we'll see in St. George. Big drop from today's 60s for highs. Sarah?
It now marks 1 year since Russia invaded Ukraine. Some a little closer to home are taking a day to recognize the strength and perseverance of the Ukrainian people. Many took to the steps of the Utah Capitol today wearing blue and yellow to show their support to those in Ukraine. The rally was also an opportunity for the Ukrainian community to express their gratitude to all the Utahns who have provided humanitarian aid, not only to those in Ukraine, but Ukrainian refugees right here in Utah.
The world should know about what is going on in Ukraine. There's lots of things they're not showing up in the news, there are lots of terrible things. And yeah, we just want to make sure that the world still know what is going on in Ukraine, in my country.
The rally also featured music from a special Ukrainian choir and speeches from Utah's elected officials, volunteers, and Ukrainian professional athletes. And in celebration of next week's International Polar Bear Day, visitors at Utah's Hogle Zoo were able to experience a polar bear freeze event today. Guests got to learn about the vulnerable species with the zoo's only resident polar bears, Nikita and Neva. Visitors were welcomed with chats with zookeepers and education stations about energy efficiency to save polar bears in the wild. Polar bears are part of the Hogle Zoo's Big 6 conservation programs.
All right, coming up, folks, we got to look at St. George this evening. Clouds are increasing, moisture as well. We'll talk about the potential for moisture. Will it be rain or snow? We'll have details on that full pinpoint forecast after the break.